did you guys talk about I don't know if it was in the news yesterday, but the rematch is going down?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm glad you brought it up.
I wanted to bring it up because I'm probably not going to pay for it this time.
Why?
You know what I mean? I'm probably going to fucking get one of those links and watch it on the low. Because last time, I felt like just disappointed, bro. I wanted to see somebody get punched hard. Like, I wanted to see some blood out there, bro.
Damn, dude, it's not Rocky.
Some gladiator shit.
Easy, buddy.
People got punched.
I mean,
People got punched.
If he dies,
I think it'll be more of a fight this time, though, because they felt each other out, in the first fight. And towards the later parts of, like the last couple rounds is when they started really, throwing them.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm not a boxer. I'm not familiar with none of this shit, so I can't speak. They'll be like, well, you know what it was like. You don't know what it's like. Yeah, but I'm talking from a consumer's point of view. There's a shitload of us out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That paid for this and felt like, listen, bro, not even a black eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't always go that way.
yeah, dude.
It doesn't always go that way. I mean, this is what a lot of people unfortunately complained about Mayweather, is that he wasn't knocking fools out for the last, 5 to 10 years of his career. Like his first 10 years, he was knocking fools out.
Yeah.
He broke his hands a couple times, and he didn't want to keep doing that shit. So he said, I'm just going to outbox you. And a lot of people didn't like the endings to his fight because he would take it the whole way and then win by points. But that's boxing.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that is true. But
Strategies.
then when you get to not necessarily, I don't think I was a part of the era. I got to see it because I saw people that are more into it being in that Tyson era, and you see those kind of putazos that you grew up with a certain expectation of saying like, you know what, dog? At least let me see like the 3 highlights of somebody getting rocked.
Not every fight works out like that.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but I'm
man.
saying like
What
from
were
the
you gonna
90s
say?
perspective, you know.
I would say back then, I mean, like a complaint like yours is not unheard of. But back then, too, people were complaining about Tyson knocking people out way quick.
Yeah, because people were paying like thousands of dollars for their front row seats, and he
Yeah.
would knock them out in the first round, like sometimes before the round was over.
And back then, pay-per-views were close to $100. So if you're
I
paying,
loved it. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but
but-
then again, I wasn't spending like 5 to 10 racks for a front row seat. I was spending that $100
for the pay-per-view,
$200 on the pay-per-view.
yeah, and so people would be, like, oh, I spent $100, and that fool knocked him out in like the first round. It's like,
But I
well,
get what you're saying though, because they talked a lot of shit, and you wanted to see at least one of them
And
get knocked
not
out.
only that, but in New York, like a lot of people pay to go in these bars that are showing the fight extra money.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
now you at a bar and you paid all this money, and now boom, bing, first round is like 50 seconds,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
know,
like
but
now
that's-
every got to go.
But
Come
that,
on,
you
it's
know
like,
what? That hurts.
You got drinks ready to rock, and it's like, come on, man.
yeah, you're right about you're
Give
like,
us
oh,
I mean, but
And people, instead of drinking celebration, they drink to wallow in their sadness for the money they lost on the bet.
I do understand what you're saying when you're like, okay, cool, you don't want to go first, but let's get at least 6 rounds, bro. You know what I mean?
But that's not their journey.
Hey, give me 3 rounds. I'm
That's
good.
not their journey. Man.
Well,
Someone
Ray
wants to
said-
see like some gladiator shit.
Yeah, this is where Ezo wanted to be born in these times right here.
I mean-
where somebody dies. They don't just get knocked out. Somebody dies.
Oh,
No, man,
man.
I just, I don't know,
we
man.
gotta take fucking this guy to like a third world country where they do this shit on the low key, so he could be satisfied.
Homie.
I thought Pedro was dark. You're pretty dark. dog.
dude, do you remember when he would pick the 5 clips we would
That's
show?
the whole reason it got
Yes.
canceled, because it was too explicit.
Dude, you always showed someone dying.
That wasn't my fault.
Dude, what do you mean? You picked them.
You
How is it
picked
not
them.
your fault? You always pick one or two with
He
the
never
second
had any
dying.
happiness wins. He never had any wins. They're
Happiness.
always brutality losses.
This was, to be fair, this was before the recommended for you Instagram videos. You know, it's easier now.
Years ago. This is years ago.
I mean, this is when we were
I
doing
had
the
to
top.
s-
This is when we were doing the top 10s and then the top 5s.
Yeah.
Because I did them in the first place. Okay, let me explain something to y'all people that might be like, what the fuck are they talking about? So back in the day when we started BREALTV, or not when we started, when we were in mid-run and we were doing the Dr. Greenthumb show, right? We had this top 10 list that turned into a 5 because it just became incredibly hard to find 10 dope videos to show you 10 videos of the day. Now it's not so hard because Instagram and all these other platforms got clips like that we could run. But so it went from my hands to come up with the 10 or the 5. Then it went into Lenny Ducano's hands for a time. Salute to Lenny out there. went into his hands for a time. And then it went into Salam's hands and in a couple other people's hands. And then it got into Mr. Darko's hands over here. And then it became dark.
Dude.
Because everybody would find funny shit. Sometimes sometimes winning, sometimes losing. This guy would find shit that's like, oh, funny, shit, to you.
Yeah, they were funny in the darkest sense of humor way, but it was like there was guaranteed. I remember it was months. You did those fucking top fives, and guaranteed there was a death in every single one of them.
At least 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's funny about somebody dying, bro?
He was laughing his ass off.
It was very shocking.
It's shocking, yes, but funny, not really.
I mean, not all the time. But some of those were pretty fucking funny.
I'm just saying, you're as dark as Pedro. Pedro's pretty dark.
Pedro watches a lot of crazy shit. He watches too much cartel shit.
Well, I mean, what's the difference? From between your top five.
Pedro watches like some made up stuff. You're watching some real shit go down.
Yeah, you're
Like Bus loses control, hits subway station.
Yeah.
Is that the one that stands out the most to you?
It was one of the ones that stood out the most. There was a repair person fixing it, and I think all the pipes burst, and the shit turns into a fish tank. And he's just like, oh shit.
You know what's crazy is that he likes seeing that kind of crap. But scary movies, like horror flicks, he's not into.
It's the gore part of it, dude. That's what I can't stand.
Really?
You know it's the gore, bro. You've been there. I don't like the fucking gore, dude. It's
The
disgusting.
blood and guts get you all.
Yeah, like I don't like that's to me. It's like I can stand it, but that's my least. That's like.
In an animal sacrifice, he has to close his eyes.
Yeah, bro. I'm allowed. Thankful I got a fucking merciful Godfather. It's gonna be like open it, you know, like.
Damn.
If it was up to me, his eyes, I'd tape them open so he could see it.
Nah, he would.
Look at it.
Look at it.
He would say.
This is happening for you.
He would say some fucked up shit like, you know, it's not gonna work if you don't keep your eyes open. You got no choice.
You gotta look at it.
You gotta look at it.
Look that fucking animal right in the eye.
You gotta look
You
at
gotta
it
see the
closely.
fucking pigeon and shit. Like, nah, man.